So James dropped a video explaining his own side of the story. This is getting messier by the day. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Princess Banigo and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based right here in Lagos, Nigeria. And today I am back once again with Lily Petals because the drama seemed to be non-ending. Yes, but this time it's not Lily, it's not Chris, but rather Chris's daughter. Yes, you heard me right. Chris's daughter made a video when she was say 10-11 years stating that her father Chris wasn't a good man, he wasn't there for them, he wasn't taking care of them and everything. So she made that video complaining terribly. That video is somewhere on YouTube right now, and according to her, the reason why that video is still there is because years later she can't access the channel because she forgot the password. But I mean, there's something they call account recovery, right? If you know the email you used in accessing that YouTube account, you can actually try and recover your password. So as I'm speaking to you guys right now, Chris's daughter did a new video. Yes, she's 15 years old right now, and her nose are pierced, her ears are pierced, and she's 15. I mean, I'm not saying that's what makes her a bad child or a bad girl or anything, but I mean, yes, a regular 15 years shouldn't have their nose and their ears pierced, right? Shouldn't. But I mean, like, this is not me judging someone's daughter right now. But in that video that this girl made, she had a whole lot to say. Oh my God, she had a whole lot to say about James and the daughter, her father, Lily. She had so much to say. I'm not going to go into what I think about what she had to say just yet, right? I'm not going to go into that just yet. Analyze the things she said in that video that does not just sit well with me. So one thing she said in that video was that people she loved were getting a lot of hate from that video that she made, right? Meaning her dad, and she came to prove and explain that her dad and her mom, that they are good right now and they're settled and they're friends and whatever, and that initially she blamed her dad a lot for everything that happened, and she also blamed her mom because she was young and she didn't know who to trust. And she went ahead to explain of how much her dad was a superman and is giving them a lot of gifts, and she said so much in that video how James was calling her mom, saying that he's Lily's husband, and how James left his kids for 8 hours and went out, and how James did not allow his daughter to pursue her career in gymnastics. Like, she had so much, but I'm just going to insert some clip in this video for you guys to see.
I'm here to talk about that and other things. So first off, yes, it is me from the 2018 video. You can tell by my jaw structure, whatever, my lips, my nose. I was 11 at the time. I'm actually 15, so I can definitely show my face and make a video or whatever.
What I feel is that a 15-year-old girl shouldn't be all pierced up, but I mean, we know how America is, and yeah, so she shouldn't be pierced up all over the place. And James actually replied her in a comment section, which I tried finding that comment but I can't find it. But some other vloggers who carried it said that James replied her and it was brutal, that James came crushing. A 15 years old shouldn't be butting her mouth or putting her mouth into issues that are related to adults. Lily is 41, and Chris has also stated that he is almost the same age with Lily, or probably their age mates or something. So what is Chris' 15-year-old daughter doing, putting her mouth in an issue that concerns Lily? And if she wanted to come out and clear the air and say, okay, yes, my dad is an amazing father. What I did when I said all those things, it was a mistake, it was wrong, I was young, I didn't know what was actually going on, but right now I know better, my father is a good man. And she says whatever she wants to say and she goes. But why is she interfering, saying that James is leaving his children and that James is telling his kids not to associate with them, and that James, whatever? Why is she doing that? So James dropped a video explaining his own side of the story. Sort of long, if you ask me, but James had so much to say in a 15-minute video. He explained so much, okay, clearing the hair, trying to remove his name from everything. Guys, okay, so James is a clown here. We've established that fact already, but I think one of the things that James was saying is that Lily should have given herself time and space before she brought another man into their home. Lily should have taken her time before allowing the children to interact with other people, because it is new for them. They shouldn't be getting themselves involved and, you know, with other people. And that's all. You understand that the girls plan that with her father and whatever, that they wanted to travel to California and whatnot to support Yuri's gymnastic career. James was also saying that his daughters were lacking way behind in their education, especially his younger daughter, and that he never tried to call that girl's mother, and that he does not understand where that is coming from. This issue is getting messier by the day, and the fact that Chris allowed his daughter to put up that video and, you know, talk to James, it's a big no-no, right? If she wanted to clear the name and praise her father, it's fine. But her opening her mouth and, you know, coming for just James and telling just James, get my father's name and my name out of your, you know, effing mouth, I mean, it's a big no-no. She's just 15. She's still a minor. She shouldn't be involved in the conversation of the adult. But these are some of the things that James said in the video he made, trying to clear his name. So one of James' cries was that if he had known, he would, you know, state it clearly that for 6 months to 1 year, that, you know, Lily shouldn't have brought a man into the house so they don't confuse the kids, which I sort of agree, right? You know, Lily should have just kept her relationship private with the man instead of involving it, you know, involving him that soon in the kids' life. They're way too young for all that to even understand what was going on. Just been patient, more patient with the girls to have a grasp of everything. So James also cleared his name that he's not obsessed with Lily and Chris, but rather is obsessed with his girls' protection, and that when they met with, you know, Chris years back, and Chris was, you know, carrying their daughter on his leg continuously, was when they got back home, him and Lily, and they decided to say no, their daughter would not sit on anyone's leg. And every parent should know that that is the right thing to do, not, you know, sit on anyone's leg, even their daughter or their sons. Every parent should know that. Chris's daughter also accused James of was that James was putting camera in his house, and this is me thinking, what is wrong with a father putting camera in his house? You think he's monitoring his girls or what? I mean, he should monitor the girls because they are minor, right? And she was saying he doesn't allow them old phone. I don't know the issue with people wanting their kids to be with phone all 24/7. Like, James is an African man, and the way he grew is he didn't grow up with phone. I mean, that doesn't mean you should deprive your children of certain things, but in the videos I watched, I saw James' children sitting in front of their laptop and doing whatever it is they had to do. So I mean, like, I don't know what that girl is saying really. At this point, James is saying that he thinks his daughters, they are better off with him because he's not understanding the kind of daughter that James raised and the way she speaks to adults. And for her age, for just a child of 15, the way she speaks, it feels like, I mean, she's gonna bring in bad attitude and, you know, a lot more to his children. I'm not saying she would bring that, but I mean, there's something to be watchful over there, because what business does a 15-year-old girl, I repeat, has to come out and start saying or putting her mouth or butting into the business of the adults? She should have kept quiet, address a video, and just keep quiet. Another thing James said in that video was that, you know, initially Lily kept calling his friends, you know, asking if James had married his Kenya girlfriend, and meanwhile Lily was already dating. You know, she was saying that she was suicidal and everything. I don't know what went wrong between Lily and James, but I think there was genuine emotions there. I don't know why they couldn't come to an understanding. And I'm thinking of talking about an issue called irreconcilable differences in marriage, which I am going to address pretty soon. But I don't know what went wrong there, but I think there are differences between... So I don't know what went wrong there, but I think there are differences between both of them got to a point whereby it became irreconcilable, and that is why they are still having issues right now, because their differences is irreconcilable. Both of them cannot understand each other, and that is why James have to talk to the camera for Lily to understand and Lily to hear. This issue between James and Lily is not even getting funny anymore, because right now kids are butting in and saying things they shouldn't say. I'm not going to accuse, you know, Chris's daughter of doing anything wrong, but we all know that she shouldn't, you know, butt into an issue of adults, especially 3 grown-up adults are involved. She should just keep quiet. Chris should be know enough to not allow his daughter to do that video, except if he's not aware of it, right? And James, I mean, stop going backwards to the things Lily have done in the past already. You just move on from those ones. Yes, address the things you want to address, but stop bringing the issues of the past of her, you know, talking about your friends, talking to your friends about what you're doing and what not you're doing. That is not the issue on ground. Find a way to find a common ground between, you know, both parties, and just, you know, you guys should just have an understanding. It's alarming that 2 adults, no one is ready to come down from the high horse and just have an understanding. Anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comment section, because it's getting messier, and I'm sure Lily is not going to talk about this anymore because she said she's not going to talk about it. So I'm sure she's just going to keep mute at this point. But let's keep our fingers crossed and see if Lily comes out to actually clear her name or say any more thing about this. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Bye for now.